All right, so in this one there is no px grid included, so I will make sure that we do the px grid also at the end of the class. So let's look at the Stealthwatch management console GUI. So now this is your dashboard now. Over here you can see that your network security, Stealthwatch Cloud. Okay, so let's discuss about the Stealthwatch Cloud also now. So if you want to integrate with this Stealthwatch Cloud, this is your cloud and this is your organization over here. So whatever the details you're collecting over here from the NetFlow devices and from the NetFlow collector, if you want to integrate with the Stealthwatch Cloud, you can go ahead and do your integration with the cloud also. And again, the cloud also means it's like an advanced analysis one. It's just you're integrating with your cloud. Or if you like to configure your management console on the cloud, you can go ahead and do that one too. So do not think that it's a cloud means it's something else or blah 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 blah. So don't get too excited about that one. Now coming to the dashboards, it's a network security. This is the network security dashboard. This is where you will see all the alarms, and if policy is being violated, you will see all the policy violations and everything. And the data generation, you can see that already data is started to be generated because as we have already configured our network devices before configuring the Stealthwatch and the solution. That's the reason it is automatically sending the details what it is capturing the router. And one more thing, if you want to configure the router as a capture the packet on the router, you have to use CSRV 1000. So use that router, and I'm using CSRV 1009.17.04 version. Okay, so I'm using that version router. Now another thing is that the visibility assessment, I already told you that if you have access to the internet and you will see that on which part of your internet, which part of the world your PCs are trying to access. So you can see that by default it is trying to access the United States over here and within the Australia because that's where I live, or these are the different countries. It's very hard to see that the color is little bit differentiated here because so when you click on this one, it will show you the details that if you click on that one, nothing over there. All right, so these are the dark ones. This is where my traffic has already been hit over there. Wherever I'm seeing that so many KB has been transferred, that means my traffic has been hit already over there. And if you see on the left hand side, internal network monitoring, it already started monitoring one. 276 KB of data is occurring. It's like a very 276 KB of that's the usage. And the traffic exchange between your network and the internet is that 167 KB. That means it's only that just the DNS queries has been made, I think so, nothing else. Encrypted traffic, yes, HTTPS traffic, it's only 100 KB so far. And flow record analyze is 848 flows so far. So as I said that I'm using in the lab, so the flows per seconds are very low when compared to the production ones. Now let's move forward with the host, monitoring host group, users, ICE, ANC, and interfaces. Now, if you remember that I have already configured my router to provide the monitoring details, I will go to interfaces. This is where you will see the exporters details, interfaces, from where you're getting your data from. So these are my different interfaces of my router here. From that particular router, I'm getting the details or not. You can see that how much of details, maximum traffic, it's output or inbound or outbound. You can see that one. And the speed is at 1 gigabytes per second. That's the speed that interface is on. And another thing is that ICE ANC assignment. We will discuss that one in PX grid. Just don't worry. Users now. So if you integrated the Active Directory, so Stealthwatch is able to detect the users also. So currently I did not integrate the Active Directory, so that's why I'm not able to see any users. And even though if I integrate the Active Directory with the Stealthwatch, still I do not have any domain users. So how does it works is that basically this is your SMC now, and this is your Active Directory. You have integrated your Active Directory with the SMC now. In your network, this is your domain PC. So what happens with the domain PC is that whenever a user is trying to log in, this PC will make a query with the Active Directory, and Active Directory will respond to that one, and it will the user is able to log in. Now this information is already been shared with the Stealthwatch Management Console. That is how the Stealthwatch Management Console will come to know that okay, certain user had logged into certain so and so time. It's just like a details being synchronized over there. Now coming to the host group, this is what we will look into this one little bit later in detail, what are host and host group. So host group means your details, like what are your PCs, internal PCs, internal servers, and all those things. You will get an overview, which are the inside hosts, which are the outside hosts, which are in the DMZ zone. So you have to define those groups. So currently we did not define anything, so that's why it is treating all of the host as a inside host. And you can see that the different traffics has been already been the traffic is already generated, and we already hit to different countries so far. And this is the graph type for the top applications. So far you can see that in the at the bottom you can see the colors. The different colors means different type of traffic. Now let's move forward now. Host. So that's done with the host group. So we are seeing an overview of an host group, that is the inside network. What about the individual network? So you can see that 1.12 is my net flow collector, 10.1 is my flow sensor. And still, since I did not integrated or defined or detected any inside PCs, those are my map PCs and .1x PCs. Let me have a look if it's like 4.2 maybe. So you see that 1.14 is my eyes, 1.10 is my Active Directory. You see that we already got the details over here. 20.254, this is my whatever with respect to .254, that is my edge router. Okay, so currently he is able to detect some of them but not all of them. So I need to define those ones. So once I define those host, the ranges and everything, it will try to detect more in depth of get the details more about the host. So we will see that one. Analyze flow search. Now since I already have the traffic, I can go ahead and do the flow search now. So I can say that in the last 5 minutes, or if you want to remove, you can remove that one. It's up to you. Whatever the time range you want to keep, you can keep it. 2000 maximum records. How if you want to limit the records, you can go ahead and limit your records, but in the production you want to see all the records. Now either direction, yes, if you make sure that every time you keep an either direction, it can be an inbound or outbound, that doesn't matter, you have to take it both of them in accounting. And the flow direction can be ingress or egress, it doesn't matter, so just select it all so that you are able to get as much as details as possible. Now with the host IP address, I do not have the PC, so I will just go ahead and provide the PC IP address and click on search. So let me see if he's able to find any PC with that. So you can see that how many percent has been completed. You see that no results because I do not have any PC with that IP address. My Stealthwatch Management Console did not detect yet. So we will make sure that the PC has been detected. After that, we will try to search the traffic which that PC has accessed later on. Next, save search. If you have saved any search, you see that start new search. We have already got the results now. If you want to save the search, because if you, it's a daily, every day you are going to see the same traffic. So you can save your search so that you can just click on that one and get an update of that one every time. Save results, whatever the result, if you want to save, you can go ahead and save results. And host search, that's what I said that I want to detect it, but still it did not detect yet. Now job management. So if there is any policies or anything in place, it will show you that it has been implemented or not. So currently I do not have anything. I should see nothing over here. It's only on flows on this one. So you can go ahead and create the jobs if you like. I think no, you do not have any option to create the jobs. Now configuring, this is where you will configure the alarms. This is where you're going to configure your policies. This is where you're going to do the host group management. That means create a new group for host and define each and every host in their particular groups. Response management, domain properties, and these are the flow collectors. And if you want to look for your exporters, you can click on the exporters. That's where the exporters details will be shown. So the exporters are my edge router, that is 172.16.1.254, and the flow sensor, which is being connected to my net flow collector. Next, deploy Cisco ICE identity configuration, that is with respect to your PX grid, Active Directory, and Stealthwatch Cloud integration to have a web GUI of your cloud web GUI. So if you have your cloud subscription also, you can just connect it to that one. And instead of seeing in this dashboard, you can see it into your cloud dashboard. Now, another thing is that if you want to create a new user, go to the admin. This is an admin user so far. And if you go to the central management, and you should see the user management. If you want to create a new user, click on that one, and you do have a capability of creating a new user. And now it's not only that you are going to create a new user, you have a capability to create a new role also. So you see that there is a data roles over here. By default, you got only 2 of them. So if you want to define your own, just click on create. Whatever the user role or authentication service data role, whatever you want to create, you can create your custom permissions. You can say that you want to create your custom permissions. You can go ahead and create. If you want to create a user, click on this one and create a new user and provide that role. You have to provide the role with every user. All right, authentication and authorization, we do not have ICE for now, that one. So that's why we cannot do any authentication or authorization with that one. So next is that if you want to configure your management console, click on that Stealthwatch management configuration. So by default, everything is been put for you by Cisco. So if you want to change certain values with respect to these events, alarms, and all those things, you can just make your changes. For example, you want whenever the trigger alarm is there, you got the data, how much until when you want to save that data, how many days. So we can see that alarm table 60 days configuration you want to see. If you want to increase, you can increase over here. So depending on these are the different fields. If you want to look into that one by one, you can go ahead and look, and accordingly you have to edit it. Now another thing is that packet analyzer configuration. So already the network collectors are going to analyze the packet, but still you don't need to do anything. But if you want to do a custom packet analyzer, click on new and provide the details.
Maurice,
Yes.
it's 1 a.m. Yeah.
All right. So let's move forward with the UDP direction configuration. I do not have a UDP director, so that's why I don't do anything. Now Secure X, what is the Secure X? Secure X is there is another. It's a cloud-based. It's a cloud-based service. Secure X, mainly used for the centralized management. So you in the SecureX, you do have a different capabilities listed over there. If you integrate your SMC, if you integrate your ICE, if you integrate your WSA, if you integrate your email security appliance, and what are the different Cisco products, you can just go ahead and integrate with the SecureX, and you can do a centralized management from the SecureX. SecureX Cloud, that is a cloud-based solution. Not solution, it's a cloud-based management.
So when you go on that deploy,
Yep.
I see that you did not do anything on the ICE. I believe you have ICE on in your lab.
Yeah, because I have not implemented yet. I just implemented the normal ICE configuration, but I have nothing to do with my Stealthwatch configuration yet.
Okay.
Now, if you want to get the details, like to get the online help for your Stealthwatch, so what you have to do is that you have to go to the central management. After going to the central management, here you can see that system, And once you hover on that one, you will see Stealthwatch Online Help. So click on that Stealthwatch Online Help, and all the details you will find over here, everything.
Mm.
And another pretty important thing is that you need to configure your licensing. So we will see that one in the next class. Okay.